This guy just sent me a heart emoji. Cool. If you're a guy and you're sending me heart emojis, just like throw a little no homo in there at the end of it. Alright, what's up guys? Just checked into my, it's basically an Airbnb. I'm going to be in this house for just 2 months. It's nothing special, but it'll do. Back in Dorado Beach, the Ritz-Carlton Reserve, which is nice. Unfortunately, owner of the property that's renting it to me, he promised me I'd have a golf cart, and showed up and there's no golf cart, and he said, well, that's because I bought you a new one, it'll be there next week, so now I gotta wait a week to get a golf cart. I'm trying to see if I know anybody in the neighborhood that'll let me borrow one for a week, but it's kind of a bummer. First thing I gotta do whenever I travel is hit the gym, so that's what we're gonna do. Heading over to gym. It's like 15 minutes away from here. The gym options on this island are very limited. Oof, I missed that sound, man. This GTR just does something to you. It's such a beautiful sound. It's like an angry vacuum cleaner. Those turbos running. It's beautiful. I want to say it might be a little faster, like the first 2 seconds. Then it's a little bit more responsive than the McLaren. Like it just goes right, it just launches. But after the first couple of seconds, even maybe after the first second, the McLaren just smokes it the rest of the way. The 0 to 60 in the McLaren's faster than the GTR. And then obviously it's a V8 turbo, so over 100 miles an hour, that thing is just unbelievably powerful. So much more powerful than this thing. Even though this technically has more horsepower, the McLaren has, it's still more powerful. So anyways, let's see. I did a Q&A on my Instagram today while I was on the airplane. Sean Wilson asked me, how much do I pay my product research VAs, my virtual assistants, per product, per hour? I don't use product research VAs. Anybody that has my course or has been following me for any significant amount of time knows that I preach constantly that product research is the most important part of your job. It has the most correlation to your income than any other part of this business. And for that reason, you should be the one doing it, not a virtual assistant. The most important job, the one that generates the most money, should be carried out by you, because you are the only one that really cares about your success. Virtual assistants do not care about your success. They care about making $4 an hour, right? So they are going to just hop on AliExpress and copy paste. Just copy paste all the best sellers. They're gonna, or they, whatever. They're probably working for 10 different people, and they give all of you the same products. It's garbage, man. You're wasting your time working with product research VAs, in my opinion. And yes, I have tested it. I hired 5 of them like 2 years ago. I went through this process, and it was a massive waste of time. The amount of time that you spend curating their shitty research, the amount of time you spend managing them and curating their lists, you could just have done the research yourself. That's the honest truth. I'm going to try to speak a little bit louder because my car is kind of loud. Alright, here we go. What about the new update on Facebook that says where you can't show the description in the feed ads? Yeah, they've minimized, reduced the amount of real estate, text real estate in the description for your display or for your feed ads, for your Facebook feed ads. Yes, this is a pretty significant change. I'm going to be updating my course and my course members on, actually I've already discussed it in the VIP group, but I will be updating the course as well, since there have been quite a few changes over the last few months. Nothing significant, nothing that's significantly affected our strategy. The course still works. I still have people cranking out results on a daily basis. But just some things that would clear up a little bit of confusion. Some of the the interface on some of the apps that we use has changed, and so when you're following along with me, it just looks a little different. I just want to keep the course clean and easy for people to follow along with. So I'll be making some updates, and then of course with CBO coming out mandatory in February, which is still a ways off, guys. I've already released my new strategy for CBO to the VIP group. I might create a video, like a new module for the course, and put in there as well. Best way to bring down super expensive CPMs, sell better products with better targeting. My entire approach is actually based around having really low CPMs. A lot of the things that we do, a lot of the ways that I structure my testing and my scaling is based on taking advantage of low CPMs. So if you're using my methods, if you want to know what they are, you got to be in the course or in a mentorship with myself. But ideally it comes down to winning products have low CPMs, right? They're not winning products because they have low CPMs. They have low CPMs because you have a winning product. More people are engaging with it. Facebook's delivering it to more people because it's better content. Johnny is asking me who the f*** is Peter Schiff. So Peter Schiff is man. He does a lot of different things. Works in the finance world. Stockbroker. He owns a gold metal company. He's also a libertarian. I agree with him on a lot of his political stances, a lot of the things that he talks about related to the economy and the government and stuff like that. I'm on the same page with him on a lot of issues, so I do follow him and pay attention to what he's talking about. It's just really crazy that he commented on one of my YouTube videos about Puerto Rico, because he lives in my neighborhood, right? So it was pretty cool to for him to just randomly see my video and then comment on it. It was I honestly felt honored. I was like, wow, this guy's paying attention. I'm sure it's just a matter of luck, but really cool. Hopefully I'll run into him one day in the neighborhood and say hi or something. Let's see, 1 ad account per product. No, we run hundreds of products on a single ad account. We do it all the time. I've always done it this way and it works very well. What are some side hustles I could do to build up money for ad spend? Go wash dishes. Go work at McDonald's. Really don't need that much money for ad spend, guys, because if you're following the right methods, you're paying attention, you're selling the right products, you know how to do product research, you're doing those things the right way, then you're going to be recouping a lot of the money that you're spending, right? So even if you're not finding winners, as long as you're testing decent products, you should be making 75% of your money back. You're not going to be just draining your ad spend, just gone. So, the best way to do it, in my opinion, is to have a credit card, a business credit card with some reward points, obviously. You can check out some of my previous videos. I did a video on the best credit cards to use for dropshipping. And credit card to pay for the ads, the money. You get the orders in the store, it goes into your bank, you pay, your credit card's off with the money that you're getting into your bank, and it's like this cycle that keeps just repeating. As long as you're making good decisions and you're finding decent products, then you can keep that cycle going. Even if you're not running profitably, you should be able to keep that cycle going for some time. And if you have some outside income coming in, then that will help supplement the process, and it's really not that big of a deal. Like, if you worked at McDonald's, you could make enough money to start a drop shipping business. And I always say go wash dishes, because I feel like you don't know what work ethic is until you go to the busiest restaurant in your area and wash dishes, full time for 6 months. I just think it's a really good life lesson, and everybody should do it. If you never found e-com, where would you be right now? I'd still be a chef. I was a chef, worked in restaurants for more than 10 years. I was a chef before I got into e-commerce. What are some secrets about money? Work hard first, and then you work smart on top of working hard. You never stop working hard, and you'll make money, and you'll make more money. And you work smarter, and you'll be able to multiply the effort of your hard work, and so on and so forth. The happiest moment of my life. The happiest moment of my life was when my son was born. Our third child. My wife and I decided that we wouldn't find out the gender of the baby. We wanted it to be a surprise. Our first two kids were girls, so we really wanted a boy. We ended up doing a home birth, so we didn't do it in the hospital. The first two kids we did in the hospital. Really just not a great experience to have a kid in the hospital. I highly recommend, for those of you that are thinking about having children or going to be having children soon, is to look into having a home birth. It is a wonderful experience. It's really great. You get a midwife and or whatever. They help you with the process, and obviously you can only do it if the mother and the baby are healthy and all that stuff. But it's a really magical experience. And so we had the home birth, and I was the one that actually delivered the baby. I actually caught him as he came out, and I think that's the only time in my life where I literally cried tears of joy seeing delivering my son. It was really special, really magical experience. Got to cut the umbilical cord, all that stuff. So pretty great. Obviously every birth was really special, but that one was just extra special because finding out that he was a boy as I'm delivering him was a surprise, and that's we were praying for a boy, and then just doing it at home in the comfort of your own home just really adds to the whole experience, makes it so much more special. Let's see, we'll do a couple more here. Looks like the traffic's finally picking up. First job after school. So a little thing about me is that I dropped out my senior year of high school. I just stopped going to school. In the middle of the year, I just stopped going. I only needed, I think, 3 credits to graduate, because I had taken so many extra classes the first couple years of high school. I only needed a few credits to graduate. I still just couldn't do it. I hated school so much. I hated it the entire time, from grade school all the way through high school. I hated every minute of school. Eventually it just I just stopped going my senior year, and I ended up finishing online. Took a couple easy classes just on the computer, and ended up getting my diploma that way. So I have a high school diploma from some random high school that I've never actually been to, because I just took the classes online. Anyways, and then first job was at a golf course. My parents, at the time I was still living with my parents, obviously, because I was just in high school, and we lived on a golf course in Virginia, really nice golf course. And so I applied for a job there as a golf cart attendant. Basically, the majority of the job, around the roundabout here, majority of the job was to collect the golf carts after the golfers were done with them, clean them off, and then park them in the golf cart garage, I guess. And so that was the majority of the job. But I also got to drive in those, like, the caged golf carts on the driving range, and drive around and pick up the golf balls. And yes, the golfers do aim for you, and the golf balls are so loud when they bounce off the cage. It's horrible. Anyways, it scares the shit out of you every time the ball hits. You just jump. Pretty funny memory. The girl that worked the beer cart, like, she just drives around and sells beer all day on the golf course. She would leave me and my buddy the keys to the beer cart, and we would drink the beer and stuff when we were closing up. It was kind of fun. I had fun, and we'd take the governors off the golf carts. These were gas powered golf carts, and when you take the governor off of them, man, you can really fly. Like, you go super fast. And so we would just, like, when there was nobody on the golf course, we'd take the governors off and just, like, race them around the golf course and get in all kinds of trouble. And then I ended up quitting that job because the general manager or whatever, he asked me to go out into the parking lot and pick the weeds out of the cracks of the pavement with my hands. He's like, I need you to go pick all the weeds out of the pavement. And I was like, why don't you just buy some weed killer and I'll spray it? And he's like, no, I want you to go pick it with your hands. And I was like, I'm not doing that. That is a massive waste of time, and it's just stupid. Like, anyways, so I just quit on the spot. I was like, I'm not doing it, bro. And I left. And so, yeah, that was my first job after high school. Almost to the gym. So, yeah, I just got to Puerto Rico, going to the gym, and then I got to catch up on a little bit of work, probably hit the beach. Catch you guys later.